Hello everyone, how are we doing? Today we'll be looking at a topic called consistency. Consistency, as we all know, is the act of being frequent with what we do or what we are doing. There are some thoughts about consistency. Number one, we have the saying that says consistency breeds habits. Whenever you're consistent with something, it becomes a habit. For example, let's take a look at exercises. When you say, okay, I want to be doing my exercises every day, every morning, and you're consistent in it, it will get to a point that it will not even be a struggle for you to wake up every morning and do your exercises. You will see that it has now become a habit, a habitual stuff for you to waking up very early in the morning and do your exercises before you go out. So that has been consistent in doing what you want to do, and consistency in that case breeds habit. Two, consistency brings about progress. So now let's say you are consistent in doing your exercises. You know the kind of progress you would have when it comes to bodily, fitness and the rest of it. It adds to your health. It adds to your activeness. During that day you become very active during the day. You get, so that's being consistent in doing your exercise. Okay, let's talk about reading, for example. Let's say you say you want to read 2 hours every day, or maybe you want to read 3 chapters of a book every day. You realize that when you're consistent in reading this book every day for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. That's the first thing. That was the first point I made. And secondly, it promotes you. It gives you progress. You will notice that you're progressing intellectually. Notice that you're progressing, like you already know things that other people don't know because they didn't sit down to read or to study. So consistency brings about progress. Then number 3, consistency also brings or builds trust. Imagine in a relationship you have a spouse or maybe a girlfriend or a boyfriend that is always consistent in showing up, always consistent in making you in calling you every day, morning, afternoon and night, even in the midnight. It's always consistent. You'll see that you start trusting or developing an atom of trust for that person. When the person says, okay, I'll call you by 2 p.m., he or she calls by that time. So consistency builds trust. It makes people trust you. Okay, let's say you are consistent in showing up in your place of work every 8 a.m. And they know that before 8 a.m. this person is always there. Your boss will keep watching you and be like, she's always consistent in showing up at work around 8 a.m. and they will trust you. So that if there's anybody that will be here by 8 on the dot, it will be this person, to be that person, because you have been consistent for a long period of time coming to work early. So number 4, consistency promotes accountability. Now, how does consistency promote accountability? It does so by, for example, let's say you have a daily plan, a daily routine you do every day. You write down, this is what I'm going to wash clothes, I'm going to take the kids to school, I'm going to cook, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. Okay, okay, let me use myself for example. I always have this routine that I'm going to exercise daily, every morning. Exercise has been one thing that I know I struggle to do. But when I write it down, I plan to do it. I write it down. Even after going through all my plans for the day and I've realized that, okay, I've done everything apart from exercising, I try, okay, even if it's just like this, let me just do. Because I wouldn't want my to-do list to not be ticked. It's to not be ticked all through. So I want the exercise to be done, and being that I wrote it down, I must do it. So I'm accountable to myself for my actions and for my decisions. I put myself under accountability that I must do this. If I don't do this, I will not eat. I'm accountable to do that. So another point, number 5, is consistency reduces stress. Imagine planning your day from start to finish, from morning to night, you will see that you have a very stress-free day. Have you ever thought or compared the days whereby you don't plan yourself, you just come out, brush your teeth, dash out and all that, and the days where you plan yourself, you just plan, okay, I will do this so and so time to this time, I will do that from this time to this time. You're planning yourself. You see that the days where you plan yourself, it becomes easier and more achievable. In fact, you will follow your plans process by process, point by point, just to achieve, and you will achieve it, and you will have extra time for yourself. But the days that you don't come out planning yourself, you realize that you are just scattered. Anything that comes in my day, you just do. No. Planning reduces, and that scatteredness as a woman or as a man makes you stressed. Imagine coming out in a day not planned, and you say, oh, you will do this. Oh, I forgot to wash clothes. Oh, my children's uniform, they're using it tomorrow. You are just anything that even unplanned calls will just come in, and calls that will just take your time for hours that you didn't even plan for. And you realize that, oh, I didn't even plan for that. I've used 2 hours of my time to talk to the person over the phone. And it's not part of your plan. It makes you disorganized. It makes you stressed. It makes you scattered. So having a planned day helps you reduce stress. Being consistent in having a planned day, a daily plan for yourself, a daily activity. I do that every day of my life. Today I will wash, tomorrow I will not wash, this one I'll clean, I will take the kids to school, I will cook, I will do this. So many, write them down, be detailed about those plans. I will make a phone call to this person that will last for 1 hour. I will play chess, I will play a game, I will sleep. There are some days I will come out, I will say, today, no matter what is happening, if let heaven be falling down, I will sleep today. Now nobody will stop me. Let my baby be crying, I will sleep that sleep I want to sleep. Today is for sleeping. So it should be planned. It should be planned. I remember, yesterday I had a plan of reading 2 chapters of a book, a particular book I'm reading. So this book, I started reading it yesterday, and guess what? I read 8 chapters. I read 8 chapters because after reading the 2 chapters, I wanted to rest, but something inside of me didn't want to rest. I overshot. So sometimes when you make plans for yourself, you see yourself, what's the word? You see yourself overseeding or maybe overdoing what you plan to do, which will make you progress, which will make you successful, and you even feel happy that you beat your target, that you beat your expectation, that you beat your plans. You feel happy. So planning reduces stress. So number 6, consistency is a skill. It's not everybody that has this skill. It's a skill that is groomed. It's a skill that is grown. So consistency is a skill. It's not easy to be consistent though. It's not an easy thing. It's like doing exercises. Every morning you are jogging. It's not easy. Consistency is groomed, is grown. And when you know that you are starting on this journey on consistency, you don't start placing or writing down goals that are so high that you cannot achieve. For example, let's talk about finances. Let's say you want to make $1 million this year, just $1 million this year. Now, and someone like you've not even made up to like $1 million in a year before, but that $1 million is your target. You want to work to make that $1 million. There are things you have to do. It might be so ambiguous, like 1 million. Wow. You have to now break your plans and goals into steps, monthly steps, weekly goals, or daily plans. Now, for example, let's divide 1 million naira into, let's say, 10 months or 12 months. You see, you get to have about 83,000 a month, or let's just say 100,000 in a month. You have to make 100K in a month, and you'll be like, how will I make 100,000 in a month? What am I doing to make 100,000? 100,000 in a month. Now, it might also look ambiguous for you. You now settle down and say, okay, 100,000 divided by 4 weeks. So in a week, you should be making like 25,000, which is actually very achievable, right? So that is breaking your goals or plans or your yearly goals or plans into smaller or daily plans and routines. And one has to, and you have to be consistent in doing it. You have to be consistent in doing it. So if you're saying you're getting, like you're going to get 25,000 in a week, now divide 25,000 in that 25,000 into how many days of the week to know how much you'll be earning daily. It will be very achievable for you. It's very, very easy. And when you're consistent in doing it, you will see that you can beat higher than that 1 million naira you set as a goal for the year. So being consistent is a skill. It is not learned in school. It's not learned anywhere. You have to develop that discipline. It's a discipline you have to develop to be able to be consistent. And I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. Watch out for the part 2 of consistency. Bye.